Coming up, it's our 40th edition of Viking News. We'll give you a behind-the-scenes look at how it all happens.
Students see their parents all the time at home, but for some, their mom or dad is at the school too.
And many students have one or more tattoos, but what's the meaning behind them? Those stories and more are on the way. Viking News starts right now. Hi everyone, and welcome to this April edition of Viking News. Along with Hannah Gaskell, I'm Robert Eichenberg.
This is the 40th show of Viking News. The first newscast was in June of 2019 when the studio was just a month old. Soon after came COVID, and we were lucky to do 4 newscasts a year. Now we record 10 a year, one for every month we're in school. What you see is the finished product, but what goes into making each Viking News? Jody Pereira gives us an inside look.
The first and most important part of any newscast are the stories. The challenge is coming up with stories every month.
That's where I have to use all my experience in the TV business, but the great thing is when students come up with the story ideas, that's tremendous.
Students pick the stories they want to produce. They also pick the roles in the studio that they want to perform in the newscast.
I think it allows us to do what we want, and instead of being assigned a role, we can pick what we want and what we want to showcase.
Once the stories are assigned, students have about 2 weeks to write the script, shoot videos and interviews, and edit the story. And just like every professional in the television business, students must hit their deadline with no exceptions.
When there's a hard deadline, sometimes it's really pressuring, really nerve-wracking because my main goal is get the story in on time.
The third week of the month is dedicated to 2 to 3 rehearsals. Anchors have to get familiar with the script, and the technical crew practices for the show as well.
Before we go live, basically, we already know what we're doing and what we need to do. So, it's very important to rehearse. Even if you do it once or twice, at least you know what is coming up.
By the end of the third week, we're ready to record. The fourth week of every month, we send out the newscast to the students and staff, so our stories remain current.
You put all your work and effort into it, and then when it all comes together, you just see everything, and you just know that you did a good job.
Seeing us all come together as one and making a beautiful story for the whole Atlantic City High School to see, it really makes it worth doing this class.
These newscasts help students with more than just television. I know for me personally, it's helped with my public speaking. Also, we feel these newscasts look professional, and that's why we take so much pride in making them. For Viking News, I'm Jody Pereira.
Every time we do a story or newscast, it's phenomenal. It definitely fires me up that we can put this all together. Students spend a lot of time at home with their parents, so school provides a break from that togetherness. But that's not the case for every student. Jalil Daniels joins us with some of the exceptions. Jalil?
Many teachers were already at the high school before their child became a Viking. Now that their son or daughter are here, those teachers love it. And surprisingly, so does those students.
When Jared Barnes started high school this year, he knew he would be seeing a familiar face. His mom is both the ESL teacher and the cheerleading coach, which is just fine by Jared.
It's cool. I don't really see her. I don't really bother her. But, whenever I really need to go to her, I can always go to her.
Jared isn't the only freshman adjusting to their parent working at the high school. This is Makai Corbin. His mom is a long-term substitute. For Makai, being in the same building with his mom has its benefits.
If I want something to eat, she can get it for me. And it's good for her to be here for me.
Jador Smartell is a sophomore, so she's used to having her mom here. Miss Lewis teaches clothing at Textiles. Jador loves seeing her mom no matter the place.
Well, I feel good about being here with her because when I'm bored, I could go to her class, or if I want to spend time with somebody, I could go to her class. And it's just, beneficial for me.
Omar Kelly also enjoys having his dad, Coach Kelly, at the school. But if they've had a disagreement at home, Omar may look the other way if he sees his dad.
If we're having troubles at home, I'll sometimes, try to avoid him a little bit. You want to get away from the awkwardness. We're usually cool, so that won't happen too much. But when it does happen, that's how you'll see me.
It's one thing when your parent is a teacher here, but imagine if your dad is the acting principal. That's the case for Marshall Harris. For Marshall, it's not easy because Mr. Harris knows everything at the school.
It's pretty tough since I always have to represent him. I can't be late to class. If he catches me in the hallway, then it's a whole lot of things.
It's definitely tougher for Marshall than the rest of the students we've interviewed. Even when his dad smiles at him at school, Marshall still wonders if there's something behind that smile. As for the others, the positives far outweigh the negatives. Hannah?
I know the feeling. My dad is the superintendent of Margate Public Schools. When I was in middle school, he was the principal. I have to say, it was a weird feeling. Those 5 students in Jalil's story aren't the only ones with a parent at the school. The fastest girl on the track team also sees her dad here every day. This is junior Tyson Parker. Last year, she broke the school record in the 400 meters, a record that stood for 45 years. She was also first team all-conference as a sophomore. Her dad is Vikings head coach and gym teacher, Mr. Parker. He's proud of what Tyson has accomplished and her potential to do even more.
I know there's a couple D1 schools that have some interest. There's a couple D2 and D3 schools, but wherever she wants to go, she has a strong enough academic background that can put her in any school she really wants to. But I think that she has a great opportunity to run on the next level, and hopefully in the 2028 Olympics, we might be able to see her run.
Some of my goals are to obviously keep PRing. I want to keep dropping my time lower and lower if possible. I want to work on my long jump too, and my 200, not just the 400, and just to get faster overall.
Congratulations to Tyson for all she's accomplished. Every athlete tries to get stronger, and there's no better way to do that than in the weight room. Last month, Coach Buddy Mancuso held his 6th annual weightlifting competition for all students. Omar Kelly tells us all about it.
Many athletes lift weights just to get better in their sport, but this competition was all about bragging rights. There were 20 competitors in the event with 4 categories based on weight class. Each athlete had 3 tries to lift the most weight they possibly could in both the bench press and squats. There's no doubt this competition brought out the best in every athlete.
I know I worked hard all season, like a lot harder than all these guys, so I want to show how strong I got.
With other students, like Nick and Nas, I want to beat them because I benched the same amount with them, and I really want to win because I didn't win last year.
It's really competitive, it's every once a year, and then you get to see your progress, how it has improved from last year. And me this year, I have a big tip, so I really want to win it really bad.
It's very competitive because we be putting in the work all off season and hers to show our results. And I want to win bad because I know it's a prize that come with it, very nice trophies and all that. And good competition.
There's a lot of energy in this room, and as a football player, I can tell you firsthand, this felt a little like game day. For Viking News, I'm Omar Kelly.
Congratulations to Omar. This lift of 240 pounds gave him the win in his weight class. The other winners were Nick McBall-Jones, Jaden Hemphill, and Sir Lucky. Students are always looking to express themselves, and these days, many do that by getting a tattoo. For most students, there's a special meaning behind the words and pictures. Jalil Taylor finds out what makes many tattoos so special.
Ask your students to roll up their sleeve, and there's a chance you may see a tattoo.
I got my first tattoo in my mom's name because she mean a lot to me and she's my first love.
Students get tattoos for a number of reasons.
I just get them because I think they're cool and I like the way they look.
But for other students, there's meaning behind their tattoo.
I kind of found my way with Jesus. So, I look at the tattoo every day and, think about my faith, keep me in good spirits.
For many students, their tattoo is dedicated to a loved one.
Debbie was my grandmother that passed away. I got it because I was over her house a lot, and I loved her a lot.
The people in my tattoo are my 2 sisters and my brother who passed away when I was 4 years old. And I got the tattoo so I can, have some type of remembering of him.
The reason that I got that is because my grandma loved butterflies, and the day that she passed away, a butterfly landed on my hand, so I took that as a sign that every time I'll see a butterfly, it's her looking after me. And then I just got my mom because, I love her, and I just wanted something to represent my mom and my grandma at the same time.
Whatever special meaning there is to a tattoo, almost one thing is certain: students love the message on their body.
I enjoy having the tattoo that says my mom's name on my neck because it shows how much I love her and stuff.
As you can see, I got a lot of tattoos, and most of it's dedicated to my family members. And I can't think of a better way to honor the people that I love. For Viking News, I'm Jalil Taylor.
Great story, Ja. I don't have a tattoo yet, but I'm planning to get one very soon. We all know what's coming up, spring break, and we can't wait. Many of us would just stay at home and chill, but for others, they have special plans.
For spring break, I'm going to Orlando to play 7-on-7. I'm very excited for it because of the opportunities that could present itself if I play well.
My spring break plans is I'm going to North Carolina, and I'm mostly excited about it because I'm going to see my cousins and I'm going shopping.
My spring break plans are to go to Atlanta, Georgia to visit my mom and my siblings, and I'm most excited because I haven't seen them in a very long time.
My spring break plans are going to Disney World, and I'm very excited about it because this is going to be my 3rd time going there. And I'm going to have fun.
My spring break plans, I'm going to New York with my friends, and I'm excited because I just want to get away from the city and do so many different things. And I finally got friends that like to go outside and not stay in the house all the time.
Those are great plans. I'm opening up an online fitness business and staying consistent on my keto diet.
Wow, that's unique. I'm going to Florida to see my sister Grace race crew. I can't wait to see her in action.
Wish I was there to recruit some clients to get them ripped. That's going to do it for this edition of Viking News.
For Robert Eichenberg, I'm Hannah Gaskell. We hope you have a great day and an awesome spring break.